riffed about it. Elks Lodge stands as a testament to the enduring spirit of the community and service. This lodge, part of the Benevolent and Protective Order of the Elks, has been a cornerstone of local philanthropy and camaraderie. And I bet you agree with that, camaraderie, since its inception. I think that's probably most people's favorite part from my experience. And then we got some rich history there, and they have a lot more going on. These are the latest updates from the Elk. They always have something going on. It's not always open to the public, but sometimes they do have stuff open to the public. And if they do, they post it on their Facebook social media page. So you're the Grand Poobah of the Elks.
Yeah, first of all, thank you for having me today, and appreciate to talk about the Elks a little bit too, about the band show. In case somebody that's not living in the area watching, actually it's Exalted ruler, but you know,
yes.
but I'm the one that told you. I'm the one that told you.
Somebody does call it a Grand Poobah, though.
Well, we all call it the Grand Poobah, you know. And you have to be our age to really appreciate the Happy Days reference to the Leopard Lodge in the.
Do you know what? I actually loved that. Was one of my favorite shows growing up, way before my time. But I watched that at my grandma's every day. I'm still obsessed with Happy Days.
Best thing that happened to me now is I got Me TV, you know, and actually I'd be warming up to watch a little Hazel, then a couple episodes of Leave It to Beaver.
Okay, I don't know what Hazel is, but I watched a lot of Leave It to Beaver.
Hazel's about a maid that, that's another sitcom from there. Like I tell people too, is even to this day, the lessons still carry. So
that's why I love them. They're a little. You'd be surprised sometimes when you watch them. You're like, they got away with that sometimes. Yeah, I love when I see that, like Bewitched, all that stuff. I love it all. It's a little bit newer, but for some reason, I'm addicted to sitcoms, but like a little bit more wholesome ones, less raunchy ones. I like them to be a little edgy, but. Yeah, so not the Grand Poobah.
But that's quite all right. I'm the one that, and we call it that all the time. It's all good. Everybody. But the Elks has been in town here since 1936, actually, and I can't tell you how long it's been where it is now. A little history on that. Before that, it was a movie theater.
Okay.
And that's how, like, where the office is upstairs is like the way it is. It used to be a car dealership, I guess, at one time.
Oh, really?
It had been like Etzel's or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, we're a community organization. You're right. It's called the Benevolent Protective Order of Elks. And the main three projects most lodge have is youth, the hoop shoot, and
because there's a camp you send people to.
I believe those are two of the things. Yeah, it's a camp.
I'm trying to think if one of my kids went to that camp or were offered it and then a different camp interfered. I want to say maybe one of them went to it.
Yeah, we just had a meeting last night, our monthly meeting for August, and I think they had like 500 some kids that went to the camp this year. Oh, awesome. They all go for free. It's for underprivileged kids they would never probably get a chance to go to camp. It's beautiful. I've been there once just to look it over and stuff. It's down by Brainerd. Like, if people have heard of Breezy Point Lodge, there, it's on the same lake, but it's across the river. But and it's a good turnout. You know, the counselors, and actually one of our officers saw somebody during Rainier days and saw his Elks shirt, and he said, "Hey, Elks," or Elks camp shirt, and my kid was there, loved it. Yeah, everybody has a good time, and we're pretty proud of our lodge here because in the springtime, we send roughly 40 guys down for a weekend that do all the opening, do a lot of stuff to get it ready.
Oh, to get ready for
Repair the buildings and whatnot.
That's a lot of people to send from here.
Yeah, and every lodge has about, so we're lucky we have a lot of guys that do that. They've been on me for years, but there's nothing I can bring to the table when it comes to hammer and saw, and they'd be fixing up my stuff. So we're probably, and then we just had our annual corn and brat feed down the street here on Friday that we used to raise some scholarship money.
We've been to that one a few times. Not this year, we were in Wisconsin, but we're definitely frequenting that one. One thing that my wife, that she was like, remember when you remember and they had the best chicken sandwiches? That's what she brings up. Like that's what she misses more than anything.
Yes.
The chicken sandwiches. You guys have some heck of meals there. They're pretty darn good.
Yeah, we have for members, and members can bring guests. If
Yeah, this was for members. At the
yeah,
time.
but you can bring guests. It's a private club, but we don't have Carlton at the door.
In fact,
running it, but it's good on Wednesdays and then Fridays during the winter, and other assorted meals. But yeah, and that all goes to help the lodge, which helps us stay open so we can raise money and get money from.
Well, you guys are thriving, right? Like, well, I don't know your internals, but like you can see what's happened around the community, and there's less Masons. There might still exist, there's less the Moose, and right, yeah, okay. I want to make sure I wasn't saying the same thing twice, and things like that, and they've kind of gone a little bit by the wayside over time as enthusiasm has waned. But your guys' membership's pretty high, I believe, right?
Yeah, we have. I think we're
really high number,
at
right?
680 some as of last night. It's second largest in the state, if you think of that, because there's lodges all over, member-wise.
Yeah.
So, yeah, people join. Some join, just pay their dues, which is awesome, because that's how we can keep going and we get money. And, the part that goes to the Nationals, how we get money back when they have internal grants, like for the Thanksgiving dinner, that we put on grants for that. And we usually successful getting grants where we give money to the senior program, meals program,
Okay,
the Meals
yeah.
on Wheel. Then usually there's another one that we get that we give to Wopeka. We've given it to the Veteran Service Office for welcome home kits before. We've given money to Servants of Shelter, the food shelf, things like that.
Yeah, all great organizations.
Yeah, and so that works good. And another big thing is veterans with Elks, and I'm also part of the Cooching County Warrior Initiative in town to help promote suicide and mental health awareness for veterans and the regular public.
For
and
sure.
We earn money to give to that and help pay for, so it's all different things. But you're right, we got good members, but, like all lodges, we're above water, but we're
I guess I should say you're like rolling in the dough.
No, we're not, but we're doing good, and and we have excellent. Our secretary Lois Fogelberg does an excellent job because officers go through every year, right?
Yeah.
Or as you go up, but the secretary's always there. You're lucky to have someone there, and Pam Tamivi's our treasurer now, and they do a wonderful job, and Lindy Mittler and the bar staff do a good job. So if you're ever thinking of a place to join,
here comes the recruitment.
Yeah, you betcha. You get a hold of an Elk member, and we will get you signed up.
Yeah, in fact, I think that's a good way to get started. Is you go like with somebody if you know somebody. I always I don't always, but like if it ever comes up, I always make up some kind of ritual that happened because you get initiated, and so I always make it way worse than it seems like it was going to be. It wasn't like I was in the Army, so thank you for the veteran stuff. I'm a combat vet, and I forget where I was going with that. Now, actually, I just had a brain fart, like mid-sentence. That happens.
But it's, rituals. Yeah, we tell people, certain things you may have to do that you don't, but it's fun. But they.
Oh, yeah, it's not. Oh, that's what I was saying. Yeah, it's nothing serious.
You go in there, and a lot of people are actually, I can't say too much about it if you're not some get moved a little bit, And
it was nothing like when I was. That's why I had the brain part when I was in the Army. When I got
it's not anything like you do to get your cross and your skull and crossbones ring, but
that's right.
It's and you have an opportunity to volunteer or not. If you don't, but we encourage everybody to, and even if it's not the Elks, anything.
Get involved. Right?
Get involved. Yeah. People get involved in town, And I always tell people because it does for me. I usually get way more out of it than I give, and I feel lucky and fortunate for the life I've been fortunate to live here all my life like I wanted to. So I like to give some back. And like I tell people with the Elks, I was a member a lot of years before I got involved. But you do it, and you get retired, and you got to find some things to do.
I get that. I made the mistake of trying to do all the good while I wasn't retired, and then having a family and all of that, and you get burnt out. But what I have learned, though, is that not like karma necessarily, but working hard doesn't always pay off. Sometimes you work hard and you smash yourself right into a wall, right? But if you the more good you do, it doesn't quite work like that. It's like it's more of it leaks out almost, right? Like, and so when you run into the wall, the good's still there, though the hard work might have fallen, you know, to the wayside. And so write that down. That's a lesson for you, son. And so, anyways, so at the end, when you crash into that wall, it's like, are you going to be the guy who worked the hardest or the guy who gave the most back? Because you're going to need somebody to pick you up at some point too, and that's kind of the karma there. And so I actually say I get away with a lot in this community because of a lot of the stuff that I've done in the past. And so it's like, oh, this guy's an a-hole. But also, you know, he like helped me with this, and this, you know.
And you know, and the different thing, like for the people that know, as I retired, I worked for Coochie County Sheriff's Office for 30 plus years as a dispatcher, corrections officer, jail administrator, right? And that's where I got to notice some of the things that go on. You know, not everybody's as fortunate, you know, but also you get a little, if you go and do different things, and no matter what your profession, like you said, you get a little community equity in the bank. So if you need help or something like that, and I
think it pays
off. And if everybody
a lot.
Does a little bit that they can, not I'm far from perfect and not speed, but if everybody chips in a little bit, I think everything's a better place. But
I used to have a little naive when I first started out, thinking only a few people were doing most of the stuff, you know, and because it kind of seems like that. You go to the same place, same 20, 30 people at all the meetings and stuff like that. But what you're not seeing is the volunteers that are putting in the time that they can, you know, like feeding or whatever happens, the event. You're not seeing the coaches, you know, like stuff like that, because these people have a niche, you know, and you're not in that niche, so it's easy to overlook how much people are giving back to the community. But in general, it's a lot. It's not enough because there's always spots open and stuff like that. But we are, and we'll talk about that later, but we're a shrinking community, so you can only do so much. But it's nice to see a lot. Nice to have my eyes open to a lot of that now.
Yeah, but like I said, and like I said, the Elks are going good. We do what we can, but that's our biggest, and what